I'll start with a simple question. What is SleepyCat exactly? How would you explain SleepyCat?
Again, it's a touch and feel category. But beyond that, SleepyCat first explanation is that it all started from the love of doing something different.
I hear that store is doing fantastically well, right?
Yes, it is. It is. I think we want the consumers to come in and just love spending time there. You know, the store smells nice. It has a sleep playlist going on. There's a claw machine. You can play a game and take your neck pillow. You can come nap on the mattress for half an hour. Just chill. No problem, nothing. So we want that experience to be like, hey, can you come and enjoy? And so when you're moving into a new place, you're sitting with your friends over a cup of tea or you're having a drink on a Friday night and you're like, hey, and you're moving to a new place and one click, your entire bed in a box is delivered to your doorstep, you know. That's the goal. And the typical story you could print also, like from the perspective of I went to Chandni Chowk as a student, saying that if I had to actually get this mattress from a Gaddawala, what would the cheapest I would get it at? Because I would know how much I need to price it at as well. I did all that journey, wo kiya hai.
Welcome all to another session of Voice of Champions. Today we're meeting a true champion, someone I had followed for the last 1.5 years as a person and who runs a brand about whom I was listening and I was following for almost last 4 years, last 5 years. This is a brand and this is a person who had built a business of almost 220 crores a year in a span of just 6 years, and that too in a very, very sleepy category. In fact, in their own words, they make sleep sexy. Today we're meeting Kabir. Kabir hails from Calcutta, and we'll understand how the industry of sleep works in India, why he has done what he has done, and how he is about to grow the brand to greater heights. Thanks a lot for watching us. Do follow us, do subscribe us, and as we jump into the podcast, I want to wish you all again happy World Wellness Day. And I hope you're taking care of your health and also are keeping your family safe. And let's go and welcome our guest. Hi Kabir.
Hi.
Thank you for making time and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here to have this chat. Bala is a friend of mine. Looking forward.
Thank you. One of the few founders I've closely watched and really appreciated your journey, your products, the thinking you bring to products, especially the love you have for retail experience. I can go on and on, but I'll start with a simple question. What is SleepyCat exactly? How would you explain SleepyCat?
Okay. I think SleepyCat first explanation is that it all started from the love of doing something different, right? Yes, the category is mattresses, pillows, comforters, very old age sleepy category. But I think the love and the joy that when you get into bed at night, when you go home and you feel like $1 million after a nice hot shower, or you're reading a book on a Sunday, being in bed, watching TV, that joy was not provided to a lot of consumers, I felt. I felt maybe because of supply issues or price issues. So the goal was that can I build the love of the best sort of products, the softest mattresses, the fluffy comforters, the great pillows, and can it be attainable at direct from factory prices. So the first goal was that can I build the best of product, which people now see and they import, or they go to stores and like, oh my god, it's so expensive because you know the margin structure is so heavy. But can I build the best of those products and give it to you at direct from factory prices? So it started from a position of love. You just visited New York. It was for me from America. Because when I went college shopping for mattresses in America, I was like, wow, you have a glass of wine, you go lie down on different mattresses, you buy all these fluffy comforters, high thread count sheets. इधर में आकर के I was like, boss, ये गद्दा वाला था showing me कुछ भी खरीद लो. So it started from the love that can I make a difference in these products? Can I bring it to life?
Let's go back 3 steps. What's the background like? How did you even enter into entrepreneurship? What is your background? Where do you come from? Which city do you hail from? What's the family background?
So a little bit about me. Born, brought up in Calcutta. Did my schooling there as well. I loved everything sport. So I played every sport possible. Played a little bit of golf at a national level as well.
Wow.
And
this is during your school days?
During school days.
So during school days you were exposed to golf?
Yeah, golf, swimming, tennis, anything, you name it.
Wow.
Basically that was the best outlet of energy and fun.
Yeah.
Right? So had a lot of that excitement growing up.
Yeah.
Then college was in America, where I did my undergrad.
Which college was this?
This was Indiana University. It's
Very
a
nice.
few hours from Chicago.
Yeah.
So studied there, and right after that I came back to India because actually I always thought I would maybe join family business. My dad had a successful business in interiors and modular furniture. This is for large projects of offices and hotel furniture. Very different line. People think it's related to mattresses. But as soon as I came back, I thought, let me gain some experience. So I was in the investment banking world with Deutsche Bank on the prime brokerage side. So which was a lot of trading
This is
related.
Mumbai.
Yes, between Bombay and Hong Kong, up and down.
Okay.
Did that for 4 to 5 years, but I felt I was a misfit. I was like, boss, I don't have that sort of energy and mindset to be in this field and grow it all my life. So went back to Cal and said, chalo, maybe I'm mature enough to work with dad. Tried working with dad and like, nahi hoga. Not because of dad, but maybe because of me also. But so tried doing that, and then someone was telling me, mattresses are a great thing, and someone had a very old school niche brand. Said that in East India, open that store with me. So I said, okay, kar lete on the side while working with dad. And that's when I started learning about mattresses. The main thing I learned was that it's the most expensive item to sell per square foot of the real estate industry. Because the volumetric weight of a mattress is the largest.
Yeah.
Larger than a sofa.
Yeah.
There's nothing bigger than a mattress.
Yeah.
So, because of the volumetric weight being the largest, it was the most expensive item to sell because warehousing, logistics, retail, everyone in the chain, dealer, distributor requires a margin. By the time it reaches the end consumer, that also, we don't have service elevators. You're on the 15th floor, they'll all walk up with the mattress.
Yeah.
So, I saw that the biggest problem was logistics, so that the mattress being sold was so expensive because it wasn't expensive to make, but because it was expensive to sell. So I went through that journey, burnt my fingers, realized, and then I got the idea looking at some brands in the West that, hey, maybe we can compress these mattresses. And if I can eliminate the logistical cost and deliver directly to you, I have a winner. Then I can build whatever product I want with all the love I want.
I mean, last 10 years, especially if you look at mattresses, I saw a sea change. Initially, I remember people used to talk about coir mattresses. I think people used to use, I'm not very technical there, maybe coconut coir or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were not collapsible. They were hard mattresses.
Correct.
And then, if I see now, probably, I think you will know the stats better. All the companies have fundamentally moved towards foam. One, it is collapsible, then it is vacuumable. Easy to carry around. What is the exact, how did you see that transition? And you are one of those companies who had pioneered that shift, if I can say that like that. One of the, because that shift came in because of digital companies. Let's be honest, I think foam as a product is very, very old. But bringing in foam into mattresses, I think how did that whole thing happen and how did you see that shift? Now I think the entrenched players also are shifting towards foam. Or you can say that I am completely wrong also.
No, you're correct. It's a usual transition of any industry. Unorganized industry used to use coir because it was a general raw material, right? They didn't have factories to manufacture foam. The foam was manufactured by larger brands. Back in the day, there were so many stalwarts, right? So coir was unorganized industry, raw material they used to buy and sell. And what happens was big brands didn't have shops in every nook and corner. When you needed to go buy a mattress, you had to go physically to a store, pay cash or swipe your card. Online has just been a 10-year phenomenon which has been growing, right? So when you have every nook and corner, mein Gaddawala used to be there, he didn't have access to foam, right? He had to buy local regular raw material which was coir, and that's what was growing throughout India, or cotton. Right, gadda mein bhar karke de dete hain. So foam then started getting introduced by the bigger brands, but even that adoption took time because for distribution mein bhi time lagta hai. Like, can I give foam to South India or East India? So it took time for that to take place. Then it was very simple. Foam, good quality foam, like a smiley ball. You can compress it in your hand. When you release it, it goes back to regular shape. If you're able to make good quality foam and compress it with a machinery that can, then I can ship directly mattresses to you. That also is just taking place in the last 5-10 years.
Yeah. I think if you have to look at the industry now, what percentage of industry would be foam based now?
Oh, now it's around 55 to 60% is foam based.
So you're saying there is still 40% of unorganized industry.
No, not only unorganized. Yes, unorganized, but it has a mix of like say springs also.
Okay.
Where there's no foam, but that's very small. But yes, around organized market now in India is approximately 55-60%, and at least 45% is unorganized still.
And
which are the gaddawalas.
We keep hearing these springs are bad for your back, but lot of I see that lot of hotels and hospitality still continues to use springs.
Absolutely.
What is the logic there?
It's a good question you actually asked, because a lot of people wonder, right? So it's very simple. Springs are highly durable. They're made out of steel, high carbonized steel springs, right?
Yeah.
So they last very long. In hotels, mattresses are overused. Different body types, people come, kids are jumping on it. The durability needs to last 10 to 12 years. So springs are very highly durable. So that's why hotel mattresses use spring as well. Also, spring mattresses are cheaper than full foam mattresses. Reason being is that you see the spring, the entire coil of it could be a 8-inch height, right? And then the gaps in between. Foam is very dense. It's more expensive to make to have that 8 inches off. So one is, yes, it's slightly cheaper, highly durable. So that's why hotels use springs, and that's what it is.
Very interesting insight. I never knew this. Thank you. And now that we have established the field of play, where you said conventional players, unorganized players, fundamentally this is a high cost per square foot industry. It is not a high cost to make, but it is high cost to sell. The channel cost is high, the logistics cost is high. And what were the pain points you solved, and how did you enter into this? Did you have an e-commerce background before, or did SleepyCat start as a pure retail play? What was that journey like?
Actually, no e-commerce background. Obviously started online first. Started like any hustle, yaar. Ek video banaya, 12,000 rupees, single video, a founder saying that, hey, 100 nights trial, delivered directly from factory, one perfect mattress, zipper cover, all the works, you can wash it, order any size you want, I'll deliver it in 5 days. Here's my contact, you don't like it, you call me. Put it on Amazon, put a video. I had 30 mattresses I had bought then, sold it out all in 10-15 days, got 100 mattresses sold out. So journey started from there. But why did I like getting into this field, and what do I think I had a strength of? I just felt like, boss, I had a love for product and a vision of what I could provide to consumers, because I felt they were supply starved. I've traveled a lot, and I'm like, boss, there's better stuff out there. Why are we not able to purchase those items? Is it one, too expensive, supply chain, or also, है ही नहीं, लोग बेच नहीं रहे. No one is providing those good quality comforters and pillows because they think people don't want to buy it out here. Well, that's wrong. So I took a bet on both. Built products that people aren't currently selling, but people consumed it. And second is that if I was able to provide it at a good cost, then people would come to me. It's like a pull factor, like IRCTC railway booking platform. You won't go to the station now to book a ticket. Ab to online kar lenge na.
Yes.
So same. So online I can buy it, it's cheaper, it's faster, 100 nights trial, I don't like it, I can return it, risk free.
And how did this idea come in that we should give a 100 days or 100 nights trial and no questions asked return? What was the genesis of that idea? Because I don't see that fundamentally in any other industry or with
That's
any other
true.
company. The closest I can now feel is I just went to US, right? I visited the rage of the season now is a company called Hoka.
Yeah,
It's into shoes.
Yeah.
So those guys, I walked into the store and there was a 1 hour wait time for the retail store to enter the retail store. And then I bought a pair of sneakers, and then they say at the end, sir, if you don't like it, you can return it anytime within 3 months. Within 3 months, anytime? I'm like shocked. I said, oh wow, a sneakers company or a shoe company, a performance shoe company is now coming into this space of 90-day trials. But I think in India it is what you popularized it 5 years ago, 7 years ago, this 100 nights trial. What was the genesis again there?
So obviously we started online, right?
Yeah.
So the risk factor is there that why should I buy a mattress online? Because it's a touch and feel category at the end of the day. So obviously the pull factor, price is better, cheaper, faster, but if I don't like it, what do I do? So you had to give them some sort of assurance, right? You're confident on your product, that it's a good product. by chance if it doesn't suit you, right? If you don't like it, it's too firm, too soft, you can return it to us. Now what it helps us with is that now we have so many people purchasing because they are risk free, right?
Yeah.
So then the number of people that return it as opposed to the number of people purchase it, the math really works out, right? So you're doing something good. If you're building a good product, you're confident to give them the free trial, then they also have the confidence to purchase it.
But is that a massive step for a new age company to take a 100-day trial? Typically, you can say 30-day return policy. Most companies like electronics companies, they started with 30-day returns, then they reduced it to 7-day return or replacement, and then they removed return also. So it's a 7-day replacement. But I still clearly remember, I think you put out this big things out in the market that it's a 100-day, 100-night return. 30 say 100.
So because to adapt to a new mattress and for your body to get used to it, clinically it requires around 3 weeks to 4 weeks. You've been sleeping on a product for 7, 8, 10 years. Suddenly overnight you want it to be perfect in 2 weeks. Nahi hota hai. With any brand, any mattress you buy, you should give it a little bit of time to adjust to it. Your body has to adapt to your new product. So it's regular to give 100 nights is a good time. If I gave 30 nights, they'll be rushing in 2 weeks to like try it. Oh, I don't like it, return. I'm like, don't worry. It will suit you. Give it the fair trial. Otherwise, you don't give it the fair trial, you're worried my window will close, I need to return it. So that's how it happened.
Did the returns affect you in the beginning? Were too many people misusing this policy?
Moral hazard in India is slightly less. Because I don't think people want to part with their money and they're like, oh shit, return kar lenge, paisa wapas mil jayega, you know. So they don't do that unless they really need the product. So
first time ever a founder saying that Indian market does not have trust.
High average order value, yeah, इसलिए तो different. If you go to a smaller product, maybe हो जाता है. थोड़ा सा anyway is there. People do end up misusing a little bit. But we are doing our part. We are doing the right thing, यार. देखते हैं आप लोग क्या करते हैं.
So there are two things which I observe in this industry, right? And we'll get into the metrics later. As a typical, if I wear a marketing hat while evaluating an idea, one of the key things that you keep hearing from investors or from any other founders also is this ratio of LTV CAC, right? Basically, that's a very technical terminology jargon, but one of the things is there high frequency of purchase. If you take typically a perfume or a skincare product, or even forget all these products, even if you take something which is a daily grocery, someone who takes probably an energy drink, right? You have multiple points of purchase. So the idea is even if the first transaction is at a loss, right? The next transactions, assuming there is a repeat, you kind of make up your money. In the case of mattresses, typically if I wear that hat of repeat purchase, probably a family will buy a mattress once in 10 years.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer. Isn't then at that thinking, isn't then risky? And you are then coupling it with giving it at a lower price than what market is at. Then you are also coupling it with a 100-night return guarantee. What was the thinking then?
It's very interesting. Yes, we should be making money on the first purchase, which is important for us, right? Because
probably that will be the only purchase for 10 years.
For 7 years, yeah. 7 years we say you should replace your mattress. Two things for this. One is that in the beginning you need to get the word out. Then the referral recommendation flywheel works. Right, boss, I've tried this mattress. So over time, the benefit works out in terms of price. CAC goes down, you're able to make more money on the first purchase. In the beginning years, yes, it's tough to make money on the first purchase. Second is that this whole world of sleep has mattresses at 7 years, has pillows at 2 years, sheets replaced every year. There's a lot in that whole world of sleep, right? And we see then what happens is that 20% of our customers repeat within the next month itself only. So then they come back, they buy a pillow, they buy a bed sheet, they buy a comforter, oh they love it, they bought a dog bed, they bought weighted blankets. The world of sleep is quite vast. If you see, very big companies have built massive share in the space of just sheets. Some like Bombay Dang. People have done only in pillows, Reliance Reclon. People have done only in mattresses. So each category, Portico has done comforters. Each category is very, very large. So just imagine if you're able to be a new age D2C brand for India, where we have all of the sleep products in one place. And we are tackling a very large market because all these products are need-based products. And then you need it for multiple rooms as well. So we have people that come and order the first mattress and then, okay, chalo. If I like it, I'll order for my other room, my third room.
That's fair. But typically, like, I think there is also a question in your answer, which is people have entrenched preferences. Oh, bed sheets, I'll probably take, Bombay dyeing bed sheets or comforters or even pillows. In that sense, your prime mover being mattress, do you actually see revenue coming in from these, can I call them peripherals or
accessories you can call them.
Yeah.
We do. Now 30% of our revenue is from the accessories and 70% in mattresses. So it's huge. We now must be selling 35 to 40,000 pillows a month. So, and with accessories together. So it's very large, and I feel like we are doing great work out there in what we are building in terms of product as well. So it's a whole suite of items, and it works as a bedroom together, because what we are saying is that we provide rest, we provide comfort, and that entire space of bed when you get in on a Sunday, right? Whether it's your mattress to your fitted sheet to your duvet cover, your pillow with the pillowcase, you want a weighted blanket as well, whatever you want, that feeling should be ours. And so when you're moving into a new place, you're sitting with your friends over a cup of tea, or you're having a drink on a Friday night, and you're like, hey, and you're moving to a new place, and one click, your entire bed in a box is delivered to your doorstep. That's the goal. And the new generation of India relate to a new brand that can do this for them in product, in Instagram, in experience, and all of that.
One of the other things that I keep saying, I keep giving your example is, like, mattress is a beaten down product, right? There is a kind of mattress. The maximum innovation that can happen is probably the sizing. But sizes are also, I think, more or less standardized. There's a king size, there's a queen size, there's a single bed, probably again a custom sizing. But you also have this product innovation around toppers, right? And the way you attacked it, the way you projected the product out there, what was the idea? And for the viewers out there, can you explain what a topper is?
Yeah.
And what was your contribution?
So toppers have existed also in the West for a very long time. I think in India people haven't been selling it much. Topper is simple that sometimes people don't want to buy a new mattress, but they want to upgrade the existing mattress. You could put a 2-inch of a nice memory foam on top. It really helps the feeling a lot. So that's exactly what a topper is. And you can add it to any existing mattress, and it has a strap so it stays in place as well.
Yes.
So that was the idea around it. But innovation in this space is there to an extent. For example, now we have cool tech covers. Actually, stay cool, help you sleep 4 to 5 degrees cooler than the regular room temperature that there is. So, and what's happening, people are realizing that sleep is sexy. Now they're in that whole phase of life, and the Instagrammable phase, okay, if I sleep well, I'll work out better the next day, I'll kill it at work. And they're investing in themselves, like self-care, right? So we are coming into that realm and that space, and people relate to us a lot, and they feel like, okay, now you know what, I want to invest in a good mattress, not just a sofa for my house or TV for my house. Mattresses, sheets, comforters.
So let's talk about the sexy part. So there are 3-4 ways in which your brand tackles this. I think I'll address the elephant in the room right away. The slap ad. What was the story? Who had this, quacky idea or quirky idea, and who signed off on this? Like in your team, who had the guts to sign off on this?
So we always wanted to position ourselves as sleep is sexy, right? See, in today's world, I at least feel, and I know a lot of people are moving towards that, is that hustle culture. Oh, I slept 4 hours last night, I'm so cool, I worked throughout 14 hours, 16 hours in the office. I don't think that's cool anymore. I think when you hear people, oh wow, I slept 8 hours, 9 hours, that's cool. You're prioritizing yourself and rest. That means, hey, I respect you. That means you know how to find balance in life, right? And if you see the next generation also, Gen Zs, we keep reading the amount of alcohol consumption that has dropped.
People are becoming healthy.
Focusing on everything, like you guys, right? And when you're selling, whether it's supplements or anything, I don't think people are now consuming them from a perspective of I have some deficiency, but
Yeah.
they're consuming them from the perspective of I want to improve my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So same way,
Yeah.
sleep is important, and
Yeah.
we think that sleep is sexy. That
Yeah.
first thing I ask my wife every time in the morning, I wake up, oh, how do you
How is-
sleep? Right? And that's the thing. And now people are realizing that. They're smart enough because they have so much consumption of information everywhere to realize how important sleep is. It's no more paraded that, oh, I slept well. वो होता नहीं है. So that's always been our positioning. That sleep is sexy, and our product should also look and feel sexy. Design, quality, all of that matters. The ingredients as well. So it's always been our positioning. I feel like that's what I want to portray to the world, and even our stores seem that. So then the ad came up where you're like, hey, you know what? You do everything else to be sexy. Focus on the basics, man. Sleep is sexy. It's in. It's an in thing now. Like go sleep 8-9 hours a day and get rest.
Yeah.
Sleep is
You
in.
can avoid what is that called? Slap facial.
Slap facials, yeah. So you can avoid slap facials, and it was a fun ad. We wanted to have a crazy fun positioning that people talk about. Obviously, great work by Karnesh, ka marketing team to get it together, and then we had a script that came to me, and I was like, "Chalo, let's do it." Dekhte hain.
No, but does that actually happen? Like, is that a real thing, or is that
A slap facial?
Yeah.
No. We've just obviously had that. I mean, in small doses, parts of the world, yes, it does exist in a small way. But no, it's not a mainstream thing at all.
But it actually looks real. I mean, the setting you have taken, it is shown like there are. I don't know if I can call them Thai, but maybe East Asian
they were.
people. I think you even reference a town somewhere or a city somewhere.
So, no, I mean, let's say it exists in a very small way, but obviously we've paraded it and made it look like.
And then it felt like, okay, it's a family tradition. There are people, grandmothers and great grandmothers who had passed this tradition. Felt very authentic, felt very different after a long time, and also
a long form ad, 2.5-3 minutes. Who does that nowadays, huh?
yeah. So how was the reception to the ad then?
It was good. People spoke about it a lot.
Yeah.
It actually went viral. Posts across Instagram, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about it. A lot of people reviewing it, giving their 2 bits. Oh, this is why it didn't work for me. This is why it did work for me. I was like, as long as you're talking about it, it worked for me, man.
Yeah.
So
no marketing is bad marketing.
no marketing, no publicity is bad publicity. Absolutely, man. So exactly what we wanted to do. That was the aim of the ad, because if you see, it's not that we're not telling you why our mattress is better or what is the feature or benefit of the mattress. It doesn't even come through the ad at all.
It's
right?
purely about sleep.
So that was the whole goal, was that, hey, let's create awareness, in this whole world of everyone having celebrities and making noise and like, but how do you compete? You need to compete by doing it in a different way now.
I also saw that someone else posted it on Instagram, right? I don't know, is it Sonakshi who posted it?
Yeah, she did. She said, what is that? So, because it was also related to her Dabang movie, where she says that thappar se dar nahi lagta hai. But in this one she said thappar se dar lagta hai. Yeah. So that's what it was.
Yeah, I also saw a lot of friends who organically posted it about it on LinkedIn. Vidit is a friend. He also
Who's this?
Vidit is ex-IMA, and he also worked, I think, in Wipro Consumer Care and Swiggy and all. He posts about stuff about this advertising campaigns on LinkedIn. He did write about this.
Very nice.
So yeah, I think lot of folks did write.
Good, I'm happy.
In length. Of course, lot of positive things.
After SleepyCat, we've been called SleepyCat.
That's a new one. I didn't hear
We
this.
immediately started a sale of that. We saw so many comments, chalo, SleepyCat sale. For the weekend, we had a fun one.
That's a good one. Picking that up, that's very, thinking on the toes.
Yeah.
Very
It
good.
was fun. I think the most important thing is to have fun while working. Build out of love, build out of passion. A lot of joy that comes into the world.
Why did you call it Sleepy Cat? There is that. Do you love pets? Why did you bring it into the name?
I don't have I'm a dog person actually.
Yeah.
But you have to live with the company that you're building firstly. You want to love the name, and It's the ode to the Garfield in all of us. What do we want to do, man? Eat and sleep all day, yaar. Bas, maja nahi life. So that's how it started. Sleepy Cat. Let's keep
So
it
there's this line, I'm forgetting, the Fight Club.
Mm.
You are the all dancing, all singing shit of the world. So you just want to eat and sleep.
I don't remember the movie, but
Yeah.
I've seen the movie. I don't remember the line, but
Yeah. Fantastic movie. Now coming back, like let's just dive back, and we also want to inspire. One of the things we saw in GNC is a lot of youngsters, consumers, they follow us. I think our age probably. My understanding within the industry, when I talk to a lot of the industry insiders, we have probably the youngest of all the audiences. Our competition, anyone else out there, protein is a lot more serious category. But what I see with GNC is somehow a lot of youngsters between the years of 18 to 28, they want to try us out. And that typically is the highest age bracket of our visitors, of our purchasers. And that is one of the reasons why we are doing this podcast with founders, because we want people to be passionate. And of all the people, I think protein becomes a health imperative after a certain age.
No, wait. Are you talking about the audience that follows this podcast, or generally?
Generally, our GNC audience.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting sign, and that is one of the reasons why I am super positive about GNC. Our products are a lot more premium. Our products, because they are formulated in USA, and also we are not a run-of-the-mill brand. We have very high quality standards, and despite that,
I think because the FDA in America possibly has very high standards for them to pass everything. So guys, everyone watching this, GNC products are.
So all our products are WADA certified, anti-doping certified, and that is what I always thought, that we would be a lot more serious. Before I came in, I always thought our audience would be a lot more serious, but in fact GNC was a positive surprise, and that is one of the reasons we are doing this podcast. And there I wanted to get back into your thesis on mattresses as a category. Did you do any study like, okay, this is the market size, typical, you come from investment background, right, investment banking, and IBM you're taught, whenever you assess an industry, you start with industry size, then probably a target addressable market.
किया था. I did that. I did the run-of-the-mill, the typical story you could print also. Like from the perspective of, I went to Chandni Chowk as a student, saying that if I had to actually get this mattress from a Gaddawala, what was the cheapest I would get it at, because I would know how much I need to price it at as well. I did all that journey. वो किया है.
But what is the typical mattress industry size?
Huge. Right now it must be around 18,000 crores.
18,000 crores.
Just mattresses.
And this is organized plus unorganized, or just organized?
Mix.
I think 80% would be organized, no, with all
No. It's not even 80%. 55-60% max.
Oh, the 40% is unorganized. That's a surprising number, despite so much
because
awareness.
It's only for the reason that distribution. It's so hard to reach every nook and corner, and you need factories, warehouses in every space. Otherwise, logistics becomes so expensive. So that's why Gaddawalas thrive, na? They service their lane. मैं आकर के measure करके आपको भर करके दे दूँगा.
So, but it's a 10,000 crore category.
No,
even
18,000 crores. At least organized would be 10,000 crores, correct. Minimum.
And I think dominated by the legacy players.
Yeah, some of the legacy players, they dominated, but fast moving. Our distribution is different. Their day's distribution was physical. Ours is now opposite. Online and physical are touch points, right? So we are able to scale faster. So hopefully we'll get there sooner.
No, I actually see it. I think some of the probably most interesting stories in the D2C world elsewhere also are around sleep. So good companies, and as a category, growing awareness. That brings me, what is the fastest growing supplement in GNC's portfolio at the moment?
Magnesium.
No, melatonin.
Melatonin? Oh yeah? I could do melatonin.
Yeah, melatonin. So people are very interested in sleep.
Yeah.
And I think that is, and so it's a very interesting insight, right? All the market has 5 mg or 10 mg melatonin. And this is what I used to fight with my NPD folks. We are stupid. We don't have a 5 mg or 10 mg. Our melatonin is a 3 mg, 3 milligram. But then sales kept happening. They're growing. I didn't understand. Then I started calling people because I wanted to understand.
Why are people buying 3 mg?
3
or
mg.
5 mg?
Like it's a. If someone wants melatonin, right, and or something, you always go with the objective measure. You want everything bigger, right? Like the thinking again is, if you're taking a phone and phones, every next generation you will want the camera MP megapixel to expand. So you go from 40 MP to 50 MP, 50 MP to 100 MP, probably then a Leica or then a ZS or I don't know what else is there in the world, right? You will want all those features on the phone. So I said, I don't understand this. Why are people buying our 3 mg melatonin? Then I called a few people. Interestingly, I got the answer from a lot of these people who are between 22 to 25. So they said that, see, if I go for a 5 mg or a 10 mg, the risk of me getting addicted is super high. Whereas with a 3 mg, it is much lower
They want
dosage.
a lower dosage, they want
Yeah, and I can always break it, or I'll also take your product once in 2 days or once in 3 days. I can feel that better sleep, and some people even cycle it, and that was when it hit me. Sometimes less is actually more.
Yeah. I do the same thing exactly. I actually, sometimes not the GNC brand, but if I bought another brand of melatonin, I take half of it only.
Yeah.
And I take it every 2-3 days because you don't want to put so much in your body. You want to consume slowly.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
But the coming generation, it's so educated on these things, so informed on these things. People started telling me
It's great. That's what I'm saying. I love that people are now consuming these items not from the perspective of deficiency, but from a perspective of improvement.
Yeah, and that is an interesting thing, right? And sleep is such a subject. Melatonin is not fundamentally a chemical supplement. It's a naturally occurring hormone. And that's where it was different. Like when you suggested magnesium, and this is what I'm telling you, every other company might be magnesium dominates, because everyone takes that for calming of nerves and all. But in GNC, melatonin dominates magnesium, because again, there is that age group difference, and also fundamentally people are like, you know what, I'm taking it for sleep. I would rather go for a natural hormone. I really am super positive, and I think India has a great big things that are waiting to happen with the current generation.
Oh, absolutely. I'm also very excited to see they're so informed, they're willing to adapt. Before, if you told someone, hey, I was taking a sleep supplement, it would be a taboo back in the day.
Yeah.
But I love
people
how
are now talking to each other.
I love how it's happening.
I mean, I don't think people would have discussed mattresses 3 years ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago. My father's generation wouldn't discuss what mattresses would they be using in each other's home, but I think now people
Now
are
it
using.
matters to them. They're moving into their own place in a relationship. They want to invest in something that they like and a brand they relate to.
Yeah. The other thing is people are now investing in pets.
Sorry?
Pets, in dogs, in the cats. There, I think that's another journey. I think that is one other place where SleepyCat, you have taken that move, right?
Yeah, we have pet beds.
Yeah.
Sleep, we cover everything. We have baby mattresses, we have pets, we have for adults as well.
How do they do? Are they growing?
The pet beds really do well.
Yeah.
And we allow people to customize it. So you can come onto our website and add your pet's name.
Oh.
And we embroider it and send it to you with the pet's name as well.
How does the logistics work? Isn't it difficult for you guys?
No, so it comes to the factory. In 24 hours, the product is made and dispatched from the factory.
Are there like guidelines to that embroidery? You would want it in a certain font or?
Yeah. We there's a certain font which we have,
Yeah.
and you put your pet's name, and we show it to you on the website what it looks like on the pet bed, and within 24 hours we just put that through our automated machine, and it embroiders the name, and then we dispatch it the next day.
I think what a feeling that people would get seeing that name, I think.
Absolutely. Also, I was reminding my marketing team the kind of names we get. That means that because we have now a database of the kind of names people have for their pets is crazy.
Yeah?
Crazy names. I'll share it with you one day. You'll be like, what are these names here?
So world has again moved beyond Smoky, Blackie.
So way beyond that. Way beyond that. It's quite interesting. But yeah, that's why I love this new age consumers, man. they're risk taking. They know what they want. They're
Yeah.
earning their own white checks at the end of the day. So they are their own purchasing power now.
Yeah.
No more having to ask parents and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing. And whether it's supplements or us, it's all going to move.
Yeah. You want to try this? There's something fresh for you out
Okay. Oh wow!
there. What do you think it is?
You know what it tastes like? It tastes like this Rola Cola kind of.
So that's the thing. This, what if I say it has 0 gram added sugar, and it's almost 0 calorie.
And I'm guessing it is something good as well. So
Yeah.
I'm automatically sold. Yeah.
This
It's like a hydration salt thing, no?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. It is creatine plus electrolytes.
Oh wow,
So
dude!
it has,
I need to
Yeah.
get my hands on this. Sometimes you don't know till you try something. And I'm a big consumer of hydration salts. Every day I have one.
Yeah. I think this is the product out here. So it's one of the fewest. It's a recent launch, right? We launched it on 29th or 28th of.
Unbiased, guys. I'm going to take a pause from Bala. This is brilliant. I'm honestly going to be a consumer and take this home. And is it what? Have it during the day, once a day, just
Anytime.
a teaspoon, that's it?
Anytime. So creatine has
It's
a
usually
free,
pre-workout, they say.
Yeah, it's everything. Because creatine can also fundamentally help in muscle recovery. It can help in, creatine is a free phosphate radical. So वो phosphate is so free, it is a weak bond with
But why
creatine.
do they sometimes they say creatine is not good to consume?
Not at all. It's so highly researched. So people do have this feeling that creatine लेने से आपकी water retention, fundamentally that is there.
You have to increase water.
No, it retains water. Your ability to your excretion of water reduces. Your urination reduces. So for 2-3 days you will see it. Because creatine is retaining more water, and when it is retaining more water, it is fundamentally better because then your hydration is stronger. Muscle retention of water increases.
Because I still get, after playing like my paddle games are like 3 hours at a time.
Huh.
And I get a headache after that.
I think if you try it out, maybe take creatine electrolytes as a pre-workout,
Maybe I will.
pre-paddle, and if it helps,
Yeah.
then
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because I'm right now doing Ace Blend and Liquid IV and it's
Yeah.
not being helpful.
Yeah. Liquid IV, I mean, I'm not a big believer in vitamins. Actually, and I'll tell you one more thing. The percentages, you check the percentages. Like this is almost 20% RDA that comes in. So this is sodium is 5.9. Just see the magnesium RDA. Magnesium, 29% magnesium of your daily RDA is there. So in one scoop, you fundamentally are getting, and then 15% calcium. Nobody else gives you, everybody else gives you like your fasting up is 2%, 3%. Liquid IV is also less than 10% for all. So I think the amount you're taking also matters sometimes.
This is amazing. Trust me, every brand you see on Instagram, and I see all the new hydration salts on Instagram, I'm going to take their names. I've tried all of them. This is by far my favorite right now.
Thanks a lot. And this is more than what we expected. But thanks a lot.
I enjoy sipping on it,
Yeah.
not just for the taste, but I'm going to enjoy it.
Thanks a lot. So let's come back. I think one of the other things which I really like wacky about your brand is the colors, right? I think you're the only one. So in my previous experience, I was part of the rebrand of Orient Electric, the fans and the lighting, switchgear, home electricals company. So I saw the company going from Orient fans to Orient Electric. Initially, it had blue color Orient fans. Then we had to choose a sort of a color wheel. This is all like there are these marketing consultants who come in. Then they said that, oh, you know what? These are your 3-4 major competitors. Your major competitor is playing already in blue. So if you take blue, you will get sidelined. Your next major competitor is playing in red. If you take red, you will again get sidelined. Third competitor is playing in red again. So I can again take the names. There's Crompton in blue. There's Havels in red. There's Usha in red again. Then the fourth one I think is they talked about Bajaj. Bajaj had I think it's a red and blue combination or with a mix with a tint of yellow, something like that.
Okay.
And then if you see this entire thing, then they said, you know what, Orient has to play in orange.
Okay.
And that's how that orange color is picked, and that's a very bright and shiny color. And I see the same thing with you, like you pick up a color which is yellow, which is such a lively color, which attracts a lot of youngsters. Gen Z color, if I can say that. how did you land up with that? What's the story like?
I just felt it was such a beautiful, calming color to use on products as well.
Yeah.
And obviously different. Same
Yeah.
way we've seen what everyone else uses. The typical
Yeah.
blues of the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
The grays kind of
Yeah.
thing, and blue, sleep kind of thing. But I just loved how
Yellow
bright-
has energy, I feel.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's
Yeah.
fresh. Sleep is fresh, man. You
Yeah.
have to view it from the perspective of positivity, right?
Yeah.
So that's where it came from. And now we slap it on our facades as well.
Yeah.
It's completely yellow. We go bold. We like, let's show who we are. This is our color and we own it.
The Indiranagar retail store you have,
Yeah.
Bangalore Indiranagar
Yeah.
one, right? I think that has this brown wooden facade on which you write SleepyCat in yellow. Is that the one?
No, it's fully yellow, in fact.
Fully yellow.
Fully
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah.
And then the SleepyCat logo is there. And we're doing that across all our facades. It's absolutely. Now you'll recognize a SleepyCat while driving by.
And I hear that store is doing fantastically well, right?
Yes, it is. It is. I think, again, it's a touch and feel category. But beyond that, we want the consumers to come in and just love spending time there. The store smells nice. It has a sleep playlist going on. There's a claw machine. You can play a game and take your neck pillow. You can come nap on the mattress for half an hour. Just chill. No problem, nothing. So we want that experience to be like, hey, can you come and enjoy? Even if it was a Sunday out with your family, come check us out and enjoy the space. We don't want it to be just plain old, enter the store, mattress dikhaiye jaiye. No, it's not that. So yeah, that's the positioning, and it's a bold positioning we took for retail.
And you scaled up very rapidly since Jan. I think your first store went live when? December?
No. Its first store went live in around August, September.
Last year, September.
Yes, August, September last year.
Hmm.
We also, in the beginning, we took a little bit of time to
Get
see
all the learnings,
everything.
SOPs.
Yeah, now we are
Yeah.
8, but in July and by next month, we would be 16 straight away.
16 stores.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like, I think you're pushing the boundaries of a digital native brand, taking it truly omni-channel. I really am super impressed. We hope one day we'll also be able to do something like that with GNC.
I know. But yeah, it's exciting. We are very excited for our journey. And it is a natural progression for us because it is a very offline touch and feel market. So yeah, very excited. And we are taking every store as a different concept as well. I'm trying to build in different experiences in every store too. So it's not something that is only a copy paste across all stores. It's
And
quite
how was
exciting.
your whole scale up journey with SleepyCat? Were there any ups and downs, or was it always a straight road?
Ups and downs to happen daily. But I guess that's the joy in it.
Yeah.
I think for any founder, on the same day, you
Yeah.
can have euphoria and emotional distress.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
can peak on the
Yeah.
same day.
Yeah.
And you don't know which day that's going to happen, right? So, yeah, we've been through it all. I think a lot of downs as well when the market is down or competitors are slashing prices. I've made mistakes. We think that the best way to do it is, oh, iska to bik raha hai. We'll make the same thing. Me Too doesn't work sometimes. So you just play on your strengths. That's all I've learned. Do what you feel is your strength and what you can bring out that other people can't. And I've started doing that in the last year, I think. And that's why retail is happening the way it's happening. Because I felt like I can possibly bring that experience that other people can't. And that's why it's scaling. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Yeah.
If you have to basically, like, you had a fantastic investor set also, right? I think the marquee names were with you on your investor list. How did that whole thing happen? Like, and you're a solo founder, right? Typically, VCs have this mindset, hey, solo founders are typically will not rate them super high. Then also, you're not of course, you went to US, one thing, but people look for those tags.
Yeah, correct.
Well, I myself am one of those people. I'll still say that, okay, that tag really, at least in the investing world, people look for founders with an IIT or an IIM pedigree. Did you find those difficulties when you were pitching for your company? What was the journey like? What was the process like? What were your learnings like?
To start with, no, I didn't find that difficulty because I myself didn't think of it like that. I just felt like, hey, I'm doing something right and I have different experience and exposure as well, right? Which I can bring to the table. And I pitched it from a regular perspective of the love of what I'm building, the product, the company itself. So that difficulty I didn't have. Now if I have to recollect and try thinking, was there anyone who said no to me because of that? I can't think of it, but no, I wouldn't say.
Did you face rejections in this journey while raising funds?
No. I think if any resistance came, it would be only because of my, hey, what is your MIS? What is your vision? Maybe I don't align with it. Maybe from that perspective, but I never came across this.
I think you should flex. While you are not mentioning the names, can you just list down all the investors you have or you had at one point of time?
Yeah, I mean, they're on the cap table. It's Sama Capital, great investors.
Yeah, I think one of the finest D2C investors in the market.
Finest, they've done great work. Back in the day, it's the Snapdeal, Paytms. Now it's great new age brands like Mokobara, SleepyCat, DSG Consumer Partners as well. Great brands. Sula is one of the legacy ones. Viva sauces and the new age brands. There's so many of them as well.
Yeah.
And other consumer one, we have the Marico's family office is there as well. So yeah,
The
and
Mariwala
RPG
office.
as
RPG.
well. Yes. So a great set of consumer investors. Very excited for. They bring us a lot of learning.
And Ananta Capital.
And Ananta Capital now. The deal is just getting done, so hence kept it on the side. But yeah, so quite a few great investors. Yeah, I think it's been a great learning. But no, I don't think I faced that resistance. ऐसे सोचा भी नहीं था. अब सोचेंगे.
Now you are at a stage where people cannot deny you, I think.
Yeah. At least now it's not about me, it's about the company. MIS देख लो, numbers देख लो, वो देख लो.
Yeah. I think there's a strong product market fit now you have achieved. More than that, there's a strong community that you have now achieved. So many followers on your Instagram. Sonakshi Sinha posting about things. I think there is that love that is evident. At some level, people will not post it until they kind of enjoy your content or enjoy your brand. A bad brand does great content. I don't think people will talk about it.
Correct.
I think there has to be a sensibility, a balance between the content being standing out and also the brand being standing for something which is personal to everyone. I think that's where I think you crack the...
And our products really, we put our heart and soul into product. We think a company is built on that and not just everything else in terms of marketing and service. It stems from something.
What's the scale at which you are now operating, if I have to ask you?
So we sell close to around 10,000 mattresses, 11,000 mattresses a month at least. Good months we go up to 15,000 mattresses. Around 40,000 accessories per month. Yeah, that's the scale.
I think in terms of revenue numbers...
In terms of revenue numbers, we would be at around 15 to 18 crores monthly.
Wow. That's a massive number. And this is built over what? I mean, is 5 years, 6 years?
We are running our 7th year now.
7th year. So in 7 years, you fundamentally built a 200 crore business. I'm just taking your numbers, extrapolating them, in a category that is dominated by behemoths. Like, I think these are entrenched players. I think 10,000 crore was dominated by maybe 3 players or 2 players at max.
Yeah, correct. There have been actually it's a wide market. There have been 4 to 5 legacy players that have dominated that. But there's obviously a lot of good competition coming in. And we're very excited for our journey. We're just 8 stores in. We're launching a lot of new categories as well. We feel our products of comfort can move into other categories as well. And related categories. We're launching a new range called the Ergo products, back cushion for your office chair, for your car, your seat cushion, your neck cushions, your ortho cushions.
Yeah.
All of that. We're launching a range of around 8-10 products in that world. So it's quite exciting.
Very nice. I think I'm super excited from an innovation standpoint, and that's also something we pride ourselves on at GNC, right? I think creatine electrolytes is one product. Then we launched India's first cardiac protect whey. So this.
I know. I remember you gave that to me.
I gave that to you. Hope you liked that product.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, man. One thing is we never compromised on taste fundamentally.
I know.
The next thing is today's World Wellness Day. We just launched a protein wafer bar. So
What protein bar?
protein bar.
Very nice.
It's a wafer bar. I think again you should check it out. It's in 2-3 new flavors. But we're super happy with the product. It's a 60 rupees product, again, zero added sugar. We are also launching a lot of these functional protein snacking options now. I think world will see more of it soon, but I wish I can talk about things the way you are talking about. It's a very competitive industry I'm in, and the form factors, if I start discussing, then I will get disrupted faster than the products launching.
I'm going to try. No, I think, again, all great categories for the...
I think one other thing is, I remember when we did Run of Champions, the first time, you were the first partner of choice for us, because you as a company, SleepyCat also stands for living well and living healthily. I find a lot of synergy when I talk to you or your team, and that's also something I wanted to ask you, like, how do you build that team culture? Like, your team is so fresh, so energetic, lively, and yet it's almost a serene, calm environment. But I know that there's lot happening. What's that secret?
It's obviously difficult. You have good times, bad times, but I feel like as long as you got to come every day when you come to work, you just got to be happy. That's number one, right? I keep telling every new joiner as well in HR that if you're not enjoying being here, you're not enjoying work, having that, giving that importance, whether you need support in, hey, I need a work-life balance. Today I had to work from home. I need to do something. Go do what you want, right? Because at the end of the day, it really just matters on what your output is. And if we give you that balance, you'll always be happy. And we make sure we have that culture that we hire. That, hey, we give back to you, you give back to us, and you don't take advantage. So everyone that comes on board is hired from that perspective. And in your interview rounds, you can make out, right, that the person is that person or not. So that's what maintains, and always have that happy environment. I think I'm that chirpy person myself in the office. So it works out.
And coming back, I think mostly around the firm, I think we covered a lot. I just wanted to understand you as a person, or I want to introduce you as a person to the world. How do you make out time for yourself in these busy days? Like, if you've built a 200 crore company in 5-6 years, it would have taken a lot of toll on you.
Yeah.
What's your secret, and how do you manage time?
I learned it a little later in my journey that you don't adapt your routine to work, you adapt work to your routine. That means, and that's important for you to work better. Because you know you need to do your workout or your sport or your meals on time and your 8 hours of sleep. When you have that routine and adapt work to it, you're far better at work than when you do it the other way around. So I focus on that. I make sure I have my 8 hours of sleep. I make sure every day I play a sport or I work out. I love distributing energy through that form. And healthy, make sure my meals are correct, make sure my intake is correct, make sure I have the correct balance with family time.
And that's something we discuss a lot of times, about how meals are so important, how you take care of them, how you plan your sessions, workout sessions. What's the secret again? Like, why are you so particular, and when did that precision towards consumption, when did that start?
I've always been slightly particular, but now it's even more. I think that, like everyone else, including your younger audience, right, they all want to take care of themselves, right? You want to take care of yourself, and that balance, those meals, it's always been there. Now there's heavy focus on it because I will perform better if I take care of myself. I'll be able to take care of my team, my company, and put in my best effort, my best foot forward. So,
how much time do you work out every day?
I mean, between a sport and a workout, 1 hour per day happens for sure. Right now I love paddle. I play it 2-3 times a week.
Where do you play?
Yeah, there are a lot of great coachs in Gurgaon.
Really?
Yeah.
Paddle is picking up in Gurgaon now?
I mean, at least I've been playing it religiously for a while. Before, when I was in Bombay, I was playing religiously out there.
Yeah, I keep hearing, like in Bombay, I know for a fact, both pickleball,
No, but out
paddle.
here also. Now, since I've been in Gurgaon for the last 1.5 years, and obviously the day I moved in, I found a paddle court and some friends to play with.
Huh.
And now I have new courts have opened, great courts have opened, in fact, and we have a huge community of players. My wife is very angry with me because I'm like always playing. She's like always playing paddle, always playing paddle. So I do that. I swim.
Huh.
I work out.
Huh.
It's a mix of the sports that I currently consume or play.
You take supplements?
Little bit of protein
Hmm.
and a lot of hydration salts. So I'm going to move to this one now.
Thank you. Thank
But
you. You should.
no, nothing else other than these two. Oh, I do take some amount of
Melatonin.
magnesium, sometimes omega-3. I spread it out through the week a little bit, right? And some amount of melatonin to sleep at night as well. So I guess I do take a lot of supplements. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I take a lot of them myself. I think I take, if I have to count, I take protein, I take creatine, of course, electrolytes creatine. Then I do take L-carnitine. I take multivitamin.
Okay.
Now I'm taking Shilajit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I think I had seen those changes happen over time. Like in my own, I would say in my own fitness journey, I had seen a lot of acceleration in outcomes when I started taking L-carnitine especially.
What is that exactly?
So L-carnitine is basically a fat metabolizer.
Okay.
So you typically have a sort of a escalating curve in terms of energy sources in your body, how energy gets metabolized. Your body first uses blood glucogen, that's circulating glucogen, free sugar, or then it uses probably stored sugar, then protein, then fat, which is stored fat, then visceral fat. L-carnitine fundamentally can change this escalation order. It makes fat metabolism possible quickly. So your visceral fat can quickly get burnt out.
Okay.
So, and if you're working it out, a lot of people kind of take it before workout. So during their workout, instead of burning protein or
Understood.
carbs, people can burn their fat. It's an interesting product. I think it has lot of
that's
other
what
things.
they say. You always end up burning your carbs and sugar and everything before you get to the fat, right?
Yeah. Fat is the last one.
It
But
is.
you fundamentally, this changes it.
Understood.
And also the second or third aspect, or which I like really, is which people haven't yet uncovered, I feel, or there's some there's a lot of research that has been published on it, but the world hasn't yet fully understood it or started appreciating it. I think there are a lot of benefits for men from L-carnitine, reproductive benefits. I think it's also some neurological benefits. Same with carnitine. There is now a study that's published that people with Alzheimer's, they were getting better when they take high dose of creatine. So yeah, I think a lot of supplements, and I had seen it, like especially trace minerals, multivitamin. Some people don't talk about these trace minerals like selenium or zinc or boron. Super helpful, I feel. I think that's the next layer. Now that world is realizing melatonins of the world, magnesiums of the world, soon they will start talking about borons.
It's so fascinating. I'm loving how everything is growing in this space. I love how people are consuming and people are talking about it and getting themselves educated on it. It's a great time.
Yeah, great. I think some of the final things I would want to touch with you on is if someone is starting out now or can be starting out on their professional journey, or even starting out with their own entrepreneurial journey, what are the things that you think will keep them right in their life? Like, what are those 3-4 things which you would want them to take care of?
I mean, there's a lot of education and gyan about all of this all over the internet, but I'll keep it simple from my perspective. Is that one is that always choose something you're really passionate about, man, because that's going to make you go through the journey through all the downs as well and push through. So always take that call, choose something that you absolutely love doing. That makes a hell of a difference. And Prioritize life, health, balance, because you have no idea the importance of how that comes out in work, and it's super important to have
Yeah.
that balance, be healthy. Simple stuff, but sometimes it's hard to do. You got to do it consistently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, fantastic. I think that's a brilliant message to leave people with. I really hope SleepyCat scales much faster,
Thank you.
and the sexiness of sleep reaches many more people.
Thank you.
And I also people start using our melatonin a lot more.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
But otherwise, it was a fantastic conversation, Kabir. I hope there is something to take away for everyone who has watched it. I hope you scale newer peaks. Now it's 200 crores, 220 crores. I hope it soon becomes 500 crores.
Thank you so
And
much.
then I hope we again do a run of champions celebrating that milestone of 500 crores.
Definitely, we
And
shall.
a voice of champions. After you reach that, I hope you get to a stage. I think you would want to do an IPO eventually.
Yeah, I
So-
hope so.
So I hope when that day happens, we'll be there cheering all of you guys. And that becomes a brilliant touchstone, cornerstone for all entrepreneurs out there. That there's a brand out there which started in 2018, 2019, and then eventually reached.
In a very sleepy category, which is otherwise not sexy, So
You're making it sexy.
yeah, it's fun.
Thank you.
It's a good journey, and thank you for having me. And I introduced to these products today itself only, and they're great stuff. You guys are doing great stuff, and
We're learning
I hope
from
you guys scale as well.
Thank you, Kabir.
Thank you, Bala.